I'm really excited to introduce you to Volume 2 of Newance magazine. I co-created this solar punk speculative fiction quarterly journal with my dear friend Annalise Cappy. In this issue, we have emerged from the winter in the Northern Hemisphere, and we are now in a season where we will see the seeds that we planted begin to blossom. In Volume 1, we set the foundation of the world that we envision living in 2066, with essays that explain the benefits of the Solidarity with Income from Taxation Fund, or what it would look like to be a member of the Council of Stateless Societies. Each issue features solution-centered sections like community care and deromanticizing romance. To learn more about our solar punk speculative fiction quarterly journal, Newance, please visit our Substack and subscribe to read the full issue. In Volume 2, I wrote an essay called Look Who's Coming to Gullah Village. It's a meet the family story set in a post-reparations society in South Carolina. I wrote and submitted this essay for editing prior to discovering the Gullah Geechee community that is fighting to reclaim a plantation and turn it into a land trust. When the day comes when land back is realized, I envision this is what it would be like to introduce someone to that liberated land. The 15-minute bus ride from the Beaufort station felt like Lou had entered a portal back in time to the antebellum South. He stared out the window at the forest of towering ancient trees in between streets lined with three-story homes wrapped with porches they passed. As the bus approached the historic district, each building seemed like the size of a castle, with Spanish moss draped oaks providing shade along the streets. Lou wondered if Sola's family home would also be this grand. That's the Freedom House where I received first aid training when I was 13. Lou turned just in time to see the white building with a red cross on the corner of the row houses. On the next block, Sola pointed out a brick building painted black with gold trim. After our EMS course, we'd go there to the Africa Shea Belt for natural hair and skincare classes. Some of the ingredients were so natural and smelled so sweet, we'd eat them before we could finish our face masks. After turning out of the historic district and driving past another swath of forests, the bus stopped at what looked like an empty part of town. Lou could see nothing but trees when he scanned the outside, until he noticed an older couple inside, struggling to unload their crates off the luggage cart. "Let me get those for you," Lou offered, and the gray-haired pair stepped back with a smile and accepted. First, he unloaded the boxes filled with vegetables before retrieving his and Sola's suitcases. The bus driver waved once he made sure all of their items were unloaded and rolled off to his next stop. Once the four of them turned the corner into Gullah Village, the couple thanked them for the help and wheeled their cart of crates into the gated yard of their brick front, one-level home. The four waved goodbye before Sola led Lou towards a shimmering garden. As if adding subtitles to the scene, Sola leaned in and said, "That's Mr. and Mrs. Paredes. They aren't related to anyone in the community that we know of, but they've been living here since fleeing Ecuador. Sadly, that's one of the countries still under neoliberal rule. We haven't been able to get rid of all the world's kakistocracies yet, but at least expatriates have somewhere safe to call home as long as there's Neil." The road ahead was lined with large colonial-era houses and smaller, more modern, modular structures in between. Lou was in the dark about where they were going. Across the street from the Paredes' house was a large plaque that Lou stopped to read, about the founding of Gullah Village after the passage of the reparations bill that reclaimed and redistributed the land they were standing on. The last 30-plus years had been spent building up the lowland community in connection with their ancestral homeland in Africa. The architecture, the plants, and the foundation of Gullah Village honored the influence of formerly enslaved Africans of the region and the African roots they come from. To the left of the plaque stood a sculpture of Stephanie Robinson, aka Dr. Buzzard. In the early 1900s, Dr. Buzzard practiced his conjuring skills, passed down by his enslaved grandfather in coastal South Carolina. The root doctor was placed at the point that marked the entrance of the Gullah Village solar panel park and garden. The scent of cinnamon fern and the sight of blue sage calmed Lou as he lugged their bags along. Sola seemed to relax as well. Her sight was set on the houses ahead, but she seemed to find comfort in the familiarity of returning home. As they approached the end of the solar panel garden, Sola began to tell Lou about the history of each house and the inhabitants living in them, and how they were all connected. I hope that you enjoyed this reading from Volume 2 of Newance. Please visit our Substack to subscribe and read the issue in full. And leave a comment and let me know what you think about the piece.